Well, when I went to get the pizza, I went through and I come back snowing like a banshee. Okay, I pulled in and my front wheel went off the edge of the road and it went boom.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there I was in the snow, stuck. But I knew Colson was out to the studio scraping a lot.
Yeah.
And I had 2 pizzas and a 2-liter Pepsi. Okay?
He's really
So I just turned on my phone and watched some TV, ate some pizza, left the motor running. And I said, I told Colson, when you come back by, hook a chain to me. Pull me out. So the Lord had made a way before I knew I needed a way.
Yeah, he already had it.
I didn't need to worry.
No.
And,
you already had it covered. You already had it covered.
It makes it hard on friendships and relationships when you spend a life about worrying and stuff like that too.
Yeah, when people worry about things that's never, we just worry about things that never happen. Yeah. And when it comes time for that thing to happen, when we think it's supposed to happen, most time it don't never happen when we think.
Right.
It goes the opposite direction, or something will ease up to where you can get on through. Or,
yes, sir.
And it is. I mean, you just it's just learning to adapt to the situations. Learning to adapt whatever state, whatever situation you get in.
Yeah.
Learning to adapt to it, and if you know something's coming up in your future, then you can plan for it, have a plan for it.
Right.
But you can be able to deviate from that plan, get off of it a little bit if you need to.
Yeah.
Let up a little bit off of it if you need to. That's the way I kind of tried to. I've learned. Believe me, I've been down a lot of roads and I've learned this through experience.
My dad said a man was like a coon dog. Time he's good for anything, he's dead with old age. He used to say it all the time.
I was thinking about this the other day, man. All these people that I know and the wisdom that they had,
right,
and the knowledge they had, and we kept it to ourselves.
See, that's what this program's about, okay? And I've shared this before. I believe there's men like you, that have wisdom, that have already went through some things, that could share some advice, and if one person listens, and I've had people, we've done 70 of these programs, okay? Yeah. I've had people tell me, John, that the other day helped me, and that touched me, and what that person said. And listen, it's not all about, we're not quoting scriptures at you all the time, and that's all right.
No, we'll bring up one every once in a while.
But what it is wisdom.
Yeah.
And sharing these things and saying, hey, let's see where we're at.
Yeah.
And I went through this, and this is what will help you.
Yeah. I went through a lot of things.
Yeah.
A lot of them,
Man alive.
I've been through a lot of things, but, I went through them. I'm still here.
Yeah.
I ain't quit. I ain't going to quit.
That's the thing.
I ain't quitting.
Okay, I mean,
you can't quit. I don't care what's going on in your life right now. You can't quit.
No.
Because if you quit, a lot of people say, well, why do you go to church? And you're like this. Well, don't quit going, because you can't get help if you don't.
Right.
I mean, if you don't quit going, somewhere down the road, there'll be help.
Yeah.
There would help. But just don't quit. Some people say, well, there ain't no need. What's the use? There is a use.
So showing up, really.
Yeah, showing up.
See, I used to teach this guys that work for me. I said, first thing, just show up for work.
Yeah, you got to have a body there.
We'll figure out if you're any good as you go along. But I said, half the people that are really good don't even show up.
They don't even show up. Carpenters and bricklayers and block layers are the worst. They used to, roofers.
Just come in a little bit and then don't show up.
Oh, here comes a cloud. They look for an excuse for the rain. They won't be but one cloud in the sky. And they take off and go. I used to get so aggravated.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you something. Stuff is like that. All right, well, let's talk about this, okay? When we talk about changes, okay, changes in the world that we live in, you and I live in, okay? Now, we covered some of it, but I mean, what kind of changes stand out to you that you have really seen in this world we live in?
I think we've had so many. We've lived in the generation I'm older than you are, but from our time, I'll say our time because we ain't that bad far apart, but from our time, there has been more knowledge increase than any other time that's ever been recorded in history. We've had more knowledge increase, more things.
Right.
I mean, we're able to do all kinds of things. Who'd ever thought? Well, 20 years ago, I wouldn't thought you'd have a self-driving car.
Right.
I mean, and stuff like this, and I went through the changes, and you just have seen so much. It's really unbelievable. It's hard to imagine the changes that we've seen in our lifetime because we're the one. I keep hitting that mic, but we're the ones that we have. I think it's kind of getting down to the last time where the Bible talks about how knowledge shall be increased. in the end time. And I think it has. I think it's come to that point of where our knowledge has been increased, though. But the main thing is you just can't get too smart. You think you're smarter than what you are because sometimes it just don't work out when you think it's when it gets out there like that. You can't outsmart God and all that stuff because it's going to come to pass like He said. We're not going to get into that and everything, but everything's going to happen just like He said, and that's what I look forward to.
Do you think though the difference between there's access to knowledge and then there's having knowledge?
Yeah.
See, and this is hard to structure between.
Yeah.
You can't. A lot of people think they're smart because they have access
to knowledge,
to the information, and it's different than knowing the information. Okay. Now, does that make any sense?
Yeah. I had a guy I had a guy that worked for me one time, and he could not do nothing. I'm telling you, he couldn't do nothing, but he could tell you how to do it,
right?
Because he had read it,
right?
But that's what he had.
Had access.
He had access, and he knew how to do it, but he couldn't apply that.
Yeah.
He could tell somebody else, but he could not fix nothing. But he could know how. He'd tell you what to do. I mean, that he had access.
See, I think nowadays people have access to knowledge.
Yeah.
I mean, any question I got, I go on Google most all the time.
They'll tell you.
Or I'm riding down the road and I say, Siri, tell me this. You know what I mean? And I have access to it. I don't know that now.
Yeah.
I done a program this morning about plumbing. Okay, and I like plumbing. Okay, I enjoy it. I don't know. I enjoy doing some plumbing along. I don't want to do it full time. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, there's stuff I have that the knowledge I've gained on how to put a compression fitting on, how to do a shark bite, how to use PEX line, and I like learning that stuff.
Yeah.